Imagine this. You run after someone with all your passion. You give them endless attention. Chase them with words and messages. Try to get closer, but with every step forward, they move further away. It feels as if some hidden force is pulling them back the moment you try to hold on. You wonder why. Is love a curse? Am I not enough? Or is the problem with the other person? Carl Jung, the great depth psychologist, never looked at love as just a romantic story. He saw it as a mirror, one that reflects the deepest parts of ourselves. For him, love escapes us the moment we turn it into a chase, because what we're really running after outside is often just something missing inside. Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." If you don't understand your inner shadow, if you don't face your old wounds, you will replay the same story in every relationship, again and again. Love, in his view, is not simply about two people's emotions. It is a reflection of the dialogue you have with yourself. When you desperately search for love, you are not looking for the other person. You are looking for a missing piece within you. But no one else can fill that emptiness. That is your work alone. The unconscious works like a silent magnet. Everything you hide inside, your fears, your feelings of inadequacy, your doubts about being worthy, get sent out as invisible signals to others. You may say with your lips, "I'm fine," but your tension, your restlessness, your fear of loss, all of it is being felt without a word. And this is why when you run after love from a place of fear, you actually push it away. Not because the other person doesn't care, but because they feel your unconscious energy more than they hear your words. Think of a butterfly resting in your hands. If you close your fist too tightly, it dies. But if you let it approach freely, it may choose to rest on your shoulder. That is how love works. The more you try to control it, the more it slips away. The more space you give it, the more it comes closer. Jung also spoke of the shadow, the hidden parts of ourselves we don't want to face, the fear of rejection, the feeling of being unworthy, the painful memories. When we don't embrace our shadow, we go searching for someone outside to complete it. But in truth, that inner chaos leaks out and pushes people away. A woman who never faced her fear of abandonment unconsciously looks for a man to save her, yet her constant anxiety suffocates him until he leaves. A man who never faced his feelings of inadequacy chases love obsessively, appearing needy rather than loving. In both cases, the result is the same. Love slips away. Jung also believed that inside every man there is an inner feminine image, what he called the anima, and inside every woman, an inner masculine image, the animus. These inner figures are not real people. They are deep archetypes living in the unconscious. The anima is the inner woman in a man, often shaped by his mother or childhood fantasies. The animus is the inner man in woman, shaped by her early experiences of the masculine. And so when we fall in love, very often we are not truly loving the other person. We are projecting these inner figures onto them. A man may see in a woman everything he longs for: tenderness, comfort, acceptance. But it's not her he sees, it's his anima. So he chases her wildly, thinking if he loses her, he loses himself. A woman may see in a man the image of a savior. She clings to him, believing only he can rescue her from her fears. But he feels the weight of this projection and eventually pulls away. In both cases, what we are really chasing is not the person, but an inner image. And even if we catch this love, we end up disappointed because no one can live up to an unconscious fantasy. Real love begins when we stop projecting, when we see the other person as they are, not as we need them to be. Jung also warned about emotional dependency. When you make your happiness, your sense of worth,
your peace of mind depend entirely on another person, the relationship becomes a prison. The other feels burdened because they were never meant to carry your entire soul. He once said, "Loneliness doesn't come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that matter to you." Loneliness, in truth, is not the absence of others. It is the absence of connection with yourself. When you can sit in your own solitude without fear, you stop chasing others to save you. And strangely, this is when love begins to appear. People are drawn to those who are whole within themselves. Imagine a cup that is always empty. You beg others to pour into it, but no matter how much they give, it is never enough. But once you start filling your own cup, through self-acceptance, through facing your wounds, through finding meaning in your life, you no longer seek someone to complete you. Instead, you share from your fullness. And then love comes not as a chase, but as a natural flow. Jung also reminded us that the unconscious cannot be hidden. Even if you try to mask your insecurity with a smile, your eyes will reveal the truth. Even if you pretend to be confident, your voice may tremble. Even if you say, "I trust you," your constant questions, "Do you still love me? Will you stay?" send a different message. The other person doesn't run away from your words, they run away from the energy underneath them. This is why Jung insisted that the only path is to face your shadow. When you acknowledge your fear instead of hiding it, your unconscious signals change. Your presence feels lighter, calmer, more authentic. And suddenly, people feel at ease around you. The secret is not in faking confidence, but in creating it from within. So, what is love really? For Jung, love is not a hunt, not an escape from loneliness, not a cure for wounds. Love is a mirror. It reflects your relationship with yourself. If you are at peace inside, love will come like a gentle breeze. If you are at war inside, love will flee like a shadow. Real love does not start the day you meet another person. It starts the day you meet yourself. And so the question is not, why does love run away from me? The question is, am I running away from myself? Take a moment to sit with that.